Okay, good morning, everybody. Thought I would make another video. My last video, I believe I did say, I haven't been making many videos lately. Winter time is a slow time in terms of taking the car out, doing things. But I wanted to go over things that I've done to the car that is a lot of work. That was done, and it's not something that should be ignored because, we tend to always want to do, at least I do, tend to always want to do things that can be seen and stand out, let's say new set of rims, new paint job, whatever it may be. But a lot of times the, most important things are the ones that upgrade drivability and reliability and safety. So those aren't things that are always the most exciting things. Those aren't things that are, in terms of video, unless you're actually watching the person do the work, they're not things that are really exciting or can be seen in a video. So I'm going to explain to you what's been done to the car in the time that I've been away from making the videos, and this way you can get a feel for the progress that we're making. So I had ordered from RideTech front and rear sway bar kit, because if you have old cars, you know that they don't handle like new cars. They tend to float as you drive them. Stock from the factory, the engines of the 40s, 50s, 60s. Well, 60s had some good high performance engines, but I'll speak in terms of my car. It was, a cheap car, 6-cylinder motor, engine came in it, and it wasn't a high performance machine, so handling wasn't something that they put a real focus on. You add high horsepower to cars, you put an LS motor in an engine. I hate saying motor because it's an engine, not a motor. And a lot of people do that, and because they want to go fast or whatever, and sometimes, whether it be because of your, the money situation or whatever, you can't afford to upgrade the other things that really need to go along with that. And so you got a car, which in my case I did. I had a 500 horsepower car with an LS modern motor in it, and I had a suspension that was, other than set of shocks on, set of forced shocks around the car, everything else was stock original to the car. And that's not a really good combination when you're driving around. And it's not even necessarily about racing or going super fast or whatever. It's just about safety. So I ordered a front and rear sway bar kit from RideTech that is for the car. And I do this because, when you order something and it says that it's for the car, you automatically think, or at least I do, all right, it's for the car. You bolt it right in and off you go. And it certainly wasn't that way for everything I got. I got the front and rear sway bar kit, and I thought I would just throw that in and that would be it. And I'll use that and I'll be done with it. But as is with these cars, you tend to find out that when you're doing the work, things, it trickles down. Like, well, if you're doing this, then you might as well do that, or if you're doing this, you have to do that. So let's just get into it, and let me stop making this video 2 hours long of looking at me. So, brought the car into the shop. You'll see video of that. That's right. This is like a precursor to the video. I've had this video for a while. Everything was filmed way before Christmas time, and just wanted to do a precursor leading up to a video. So anyway, I wound the front and rear sway bar kit wound up going into new control arms, upper and lower for the front, tubular on the top from Ride Tech, stock OE, new control arms for the bottom, because I wasn't going to do air ride or anything like that, so I wasn't, I didn't need the tubular. It wasn't necessary I was putting stock springs back in it. No coilover shocks, no air ride. I'm not slamming the car. I know that's a look that everybody goes for. Lower is better. So we came to find out that the springs in the front we didn't think were for an 8-cylinder car. The car, like I said, came with stock with a 6-cylinder. So the springs were for a 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder being heavier. Suggested that we upgrade the springs. All the bushings, all the way around. Original to the car. 1960 car. Here we are going into 2025. The car is very old. Bushings are made out of rubber in those days. It disintegrates. You got a lot of play, and makes it unsafe. And you just got to change it. So again, upper and lower control arms, tubular top, stock type on the bottom, but all new bushings, everything. Then we did inner and outer, upper and lower, inner and outer tie rods, and the sleeves, adjusting sleeves for, they were frozen. You couldn't even adjust them. This is for the alignment for the front. So we wound up going with that. Inner and outer, I believe it is. The inner and outer tie rod springs. I got notes here so I don't forget things, because I tend to do that. Not springs, inner and outer tie rods with the adjuster sleeves, so that the car could be aligned and be straight going down the road. I got for the rear, I got a new panhard bar. We came to find out that I would go out of the garage, I would always feel like something was loose in the back. Long story short, the rear was put in the car. I went to a 9-inch Ford Posi rear from Curry. And the rear was moving around in the back. So that throws everything out of whack. That throws the drive shaft out of whack, the angle. It pushes the rear end over to one side. So we saw some wear on the inside of the tire, and we knew that was a problem where the thing was moving around. So I got new trailing arms, new panhard bar. The panhard bar holds the rear in place. So escalated into that, and again, all new bushings, because everything was still from when the car was built in 1960, came out of the factory. I would have thought that the guy that built the car, when I had built the car, would have just suggested this stuff to me along the way, but he didn't. That's a story for another day in a longer video that I'll never make. But anyway, here we are today. So you'll see video of the stuff. We'll be talking to Sparky. He's the mechanic that did the work. And I gotta say, the car is phenomenal. These cars have a lot of play in the steering wheel. You can move the steering wheel like this, and the car doesn't even move. And then when it does, it like I said, it floats like a boat. It's tight to the road. you go off an exit, you're doing 50 plus miles an hour going off an exit, and you're saying staying tight. You're not concerned about, body roll and all this kind of stuff. So that's a big plus. So doing the work, we noticed, because of the rear and the way it was, the drive shaft, there's a lot of play forward and back on the drive shaft. That should be tight. Universal joints, keeping it tight. And now we have a lot of play in the drive shaft, because if the rear's moving, instead of the drive shaft being straight and aligned, you got an angle to it. It could have wore out the universal joints, because I know they were put in new, because the drive shaft is new. So the drive shaft is going to have to be taken out, sent out, to be balanced again, and new universal joints put in. The guys didn't tell me at the shop when they were doing the suspension, otherwise I would have had everything done at the same time. But so that's something that I need to upgrade. There's something with the transmission, came to find out. It's when you put the car in reverse, the car wants to stall out. So it has something to do with the transmission. I can't give you the technical terms of it. They did tell me. I don't remember exactly what they said, but I have a great guy that does transmissions. So that's another plan, to take it to him and have that taken care of. When we put the transmission in, with all the upgrades to the engine, we didn't change the converter. So I'm probably going to change the converter, since it's still a stock converter. I don't think I'm going to do a complete rebuild. I don't think it needs that. I think it's just a matter of, might be the converter has to change, or there's something else that needs to be done with the transmission, but we'll find that out. So the drive shaft, the transmission has to be addressed. Going to be going to the Adirondack Nationals. Already booked a nice little cabin on the lake in Lake George, New York. Of course, I'll be making video of that. So that's planned. So that's a long trip from here, over 3-hour trip with the car. And that's stuff that needs to be addressed before we go. And that's in September. So, yeah. So these are the things that you'll see in the video as, Sparky's going to explain everything. We're going to see the underside of the car. You're going to see the body work the way they used to do it in those days. The floors rot out. They would either cut out a piece, the rot, and put like just a piece of sheet metal and screw it to the floor or whatever. And I'm going to seal all that up with seam sealer. Am I going to eventually maybe replace new pans and everything like that? Right now, I'm not planning to do it. The trunk is, they just put a flat piece over the trunk. It's all sealed up and everything. But, that's something I really do want to address when the body work gets done. But I'm not going to do that now. So now I've always said drivability is the key factor for me. And now we're addressing that. So got the suspension done. The engine seems to be running good. And that's what I want. I want reliability. That's where we're at. So you'll see the videos. We'll go into the video at the mechanic shop. And so this was just a precursor to that, so you know what you're watching, and you know that at the time we did the videos, we didn't even know we were going to do the upper and lower control arms, and we didn't know that we were going to do the springs. We didn't know a lot of different things, or maybe it was when I brought them that I did the video. I don't even remember, but there was a lot of stuff added after that. And things that we found, that they did find out. I know the tie rods and the sleeves, upper and lower, that they didn't know that at the time. That was when they were aligning the car at the end. So that's the video you're going to see. These are the things that were done to the car. So you guys getting a feel for where we're at. And I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and going into 2025, blessed 2025, and happy, healthy, and prosperous. All right. Now let's get into the mechanic stuff and the guy that knows what he's talking about.
And this rear was actually sitting, the pipes were holding the rear up.
Is that?
So we had, I kind of did some funky moves. That's why you see all the jacks.
Yeah, well, like I said, when I used to come out of the garage, because I got like a
little apron.
Yeah. And I would hear like something like clunking in the back.
That was the rear hitting the pipe.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, they did a nice job putting them in there. Really, it's nice solid pipe.
Right.
But it's just not going to work with this setup. We have to change it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And as far as you just want a single pipe coming out here, I'm fine.
Yeah, just bend it, seam, sit the round,
yeah, we're gonna shoot it out.
Yeah, just shoot it out the side. That's it. That's all I do. That's all it should go.
Again, as long as it doesn't end up in the vehicle, we're good.
Yeah, right.
That's the primary.
Yep. And this was like OEM equipment on the car. That's the way the car came with that, basically, or.
I believe it did come with the pandered bar, and then the Ford rear. Obviously, it didn't come with this.
No, but when you order it, they'll put
all your
because they'll put
right,
exactly. They'll put all
this
that
is just, she's just worn out.
Right.
That's all. Everything in here is just beat.
You would think common sense would tell you if the guy's building the car, he would say like.
It should have been.
You should replace this. That's the other thing.
Yeah, change it all because it's going to be sloppy.
Right.
You know.
But this should tighten everything up now with everything I'm putting in it, so
absolutely.
it should ride.
Yeah, we'll be able to straighten the rear out so she tracks proper, and basically the only thing we aren't putting in is rear coil springs at this point.
Right.
But as long as them front ones pick the nose up the way we want. Level the car off a little, it'll ride better, handle better. Then the sway bars, everything plays into each other.
Oh yeah, right, exactly.
It's like anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't go for.
Well,
the
you
rear.
definitely went the right way.
Yeah.
I like
I
way you're thinking.
I took your suggestion. I thought just the sway bars, but I took your suggestion. I didn't even think about the springs in the front.
I mean, we could put just the sway bar, but that's just a step.
Right.
It's basically lipstick on a pig.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna go in, you want it straight. This is how you're gonna make it straight.
Well, that's the thing. I'm the type of person, like, if we're doing a job and you're saying, well, you should do this to make it really, go all the way, make it right. I just do it right the first time. Because in the long run, you're going to wind up spending more money because it'll wear other things out possibly or whatever. That's my way of thinking.
It'll spin you out.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Something silly.
Yeah, I got you. All right, I'm looking forward to it, man.
We got a 60 Biscayne here. We're doing new control arms, lowers, uppers, and springs. We're going to be doing rear links, redesigning the exhaust a little bit, and realigning the car and making her drive like a dream.
Right, and when we come out with the exhaust, I think, like you said, we're going to come out the side, but I don't want the slash cut. I just want it
straight pipe.
The straight pipe, and as least amount we could see of it, the better.
So keep it back.
Yeah, just
keep it behind the rocker, but I don't want to be behind the seat because then you'll get fume.
Yeah, exactly.
So no fume, and yeah. So we got these nice Ride Tech suspension here, all new links, uppers, lowers, and this car should be nice and tight.
Yeah. And just explain, like, what was the problem before that you noticed when I brought it in that we had no idea.
The bushings were worn.
Right.
The rear is shifted over. Driver's side tires contacting the wheel well because the rear is to the right side of the vehicle, so the car is not tracking correctly.
Okay.
So you're basically dog walking like an old Chevy pickup you see come out of the woods and they're riding sideways. That's how.
And that throws off the whole geometry. The drive shaft is off.
Everything's off.
Okay.
So this is going to cure a lot of issues. Should be back to new.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
Ready to
I'm
rock
looking
and
forward
roll.
to it. I'm looking forward to it. Sounds good.
Then we move on to the next project.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Justin's gonna want me back.
No, but you're in the door.
I'm in the door. All right,
You're in the
that's
door.
what it is. Once you get in the door. So these old repairs here, what I'm gonna do is when I get home, I'm gonna I ordered seam sealers, so I'm gonna seam seal all this crap around here because they fugazied it in there and.
Well, you want to keep the drafts minimal.
Yeah,
and
right.
Fume.
Yeah,
You're always going to get some kind of fume. It's an old car with a new motor, but there's always some kind of
Yeah, it is. So yeah, exactly.
stuff coming in the car.
Yeah, I ordered just so you know. Yeah, we got up here too. I don't want this shit. I'll cut it nice and even, and then I want to undercoat the whole. I want to put some sort of undercoating underneath that'll hide all this stuff.
Right.
I got
There's plenty of stuff out there.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna cut all this stuff up. I might do the trunk floor over, but other than that, what I did was I actually found new doors. I found new doors and
the rockers.
I'm gonna do the rockers, right? The inner rockers, right? Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's a heavy piece of metal. Actually, somebody put that here.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's not
So
OEM.
You know what? That's the little stuff. You're doing the important.
Yeah,
this
right,
car's gonna
right.
run proper and feel proper, and then you worry about the cosmetic bullshit.
Right,
As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather have something whip the shit out of anything on the line. You pull up.
Right.
And you can dog them looking like a roach.
Right.
And your car will go 100. You can let it go. Let go of the steering wheel. You know what I mean?
But I'll be honest with you, I'm not even looking. I'm not
No,
even
you wanna
looking to go
cruise.
fast. I'm looking to take this car on long trips. And,
Reliability.
comfortability. Comfort, and all of that. So So I got, like I said, I got the hood I got a new hood already, original hood, already body worked and ready for paint. I got two doors. No. I got because this is fake patina, man. You had to see when I bought it. I went to Mississippi to get this car. It looked like shit.
This is good.
No,
It looks good.
I hate it. I got another fender. I got another fender for it. To get rid of this rot over here. I got two new doors because the doors are rotting out. Like I said, the hood's already been done. It's prepped for paint, and I got a trunk lid that's already ready to go. No rot. So basically, every panel on this car is going to be replaced with OEM equipment, and it's going to be the least amount of body work and Bondo on the car as I possibly can have because I'm not getting rid of it. So, yeah, and that's it. And you're gonna.
I was hoping I could buy it and make a 4-wheeler out of it.
Oh, jeez. That'd be interesting.
I have the chassis.
Do you?
I got a 1-ton chassis sitting in I got a 1-ton Chevy pickup, 88.
And you plan on putting an old car?
I'd love to. It's cool.
You got to look at you would enjoy it. There's a YouTube channel called No Kill Car Shelter. They're based out of Philly. They got a Nomad. And they got an old, I want to say it's a Buick LeSabre, from the 60s, on 4x4 chassis.
Yeah, there's a company down south doing it too.
Yeah, these guys did that. And
real
and
clean. You do.
Well, this is like say a car like this, ratty. They got
what you
rot.
want.
They
Yeah.
got, it
This
looks
is perfect.
rough,
So basically, we take all this suspension out that we're doing anyway and drop
Right.
this right on the chassis.
That
would be sick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it would be.
I love it.
Not every day you see one of those riding down the road.
No, there's a lot of El Caminos, and one guy did an ambulance. There used to be a guy down in Lacey Township with an ambulance on 44s. There was a lot of
okay.
Pull everybody out.
Yeah. I got a box truck of F-250 dually box truck that I wanted to do something not on a 4x4 chassis, but I wanted to put it on bags, lower it and all. It's sitting in my backyard for a couple of years now. But
Sounds like that project might have to get scrapped.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen, I'm like I said, I'm going all the way. Obviously, I invested a lot of money in the in the engine, you know.
Everything.
And because I got Brian Tooley Racing stuff in there, and
Yeah,
you know,
that'll be after we get this done. Then we gotta find you a good tuner.
yeah. Well, I got the guy that tuned it was Doug at East Coast Supercharger. He tuned the car, but at the time, what happened was I was having problems with the crank sensor. And then they fixed it, but it's
Well, the only problem I'm seeing with that dashboard is your speedometer is
Right.
running like a tachometer.
well, it has a tack in it.
The tach is there,
Yeah.
but that's not supposed to move the needle. The speedometer shouldn't move, and your mileage is going up as far as idling.
And why? And that
That's not an hour meter. That's a mileage counter.
right.
So those wheels are sitting there. You'd sit there and start the car and it'll roll.
And why would that be happening?
They have to have. There's got to be wires crossed somewhere. It's tied into the speedometer. Is tied into RPM somehow, and it's picking up the RPM because it's going right with the tach. And then your mileage count. So technically, your car idling
Right.
is doing 30 miles an hour,
Right.
and it's registering the mileage.
Right.
As miles. You can watch the counter go.
Right.
through.
I got you.
It's not supposed to. You can have an hour meter.
Right.
That's fine, but it should be separate and over here, not.
Do you know anybody that does tuning and stuff like? But that's not even a tuning issue. That's just
No, that's a wiring issue. I'm going to go through the paperwork
Okay.
on the back end
All
and
right.
see.
all right.
You know,
What, like the
something
paperwork for the
dashboard.
dash? Okay. For the
Something's going
Dakota
on.
digital gauges.
Yeah,
Gauges. right.
Dakota gauges. Yeah.
Now, who does this? Who does tuning? Because I'll be honest with you, I think Doug, as far as I know, they're not doing any other cars other than engines that they build for people. I heard they stopped doing it.
I don't know him personally. The only other place I know around here is you got Bobby Ida tuning.
Oh,
out
but
there
he
in
does
Howell.
the tuning. I didn't know he does
it.
tuning.
There's a place in Wall Township. That's the motor shop.
Okay. Where, that's what it's called, the motor shop.
No, I don't.
Because I remember when you guys did Johnny's swap on his 54, he needed his tuned,
Yeah,
and he
Justin
never got
took
it tuned.
him. I don't remember where he took him. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But there's always guys who got to find somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody
right.
who's really good with it.
Right. Yeah, because
But
it's,
again, you're not racing with this.
No.
You want a driver.
yeah, but it seems like it's idle and high. You know what I mean?
It does idle a little erratic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But again, anything you're building, you're going to have little things
Little
that
issues.
go along.
Right.
And you just solve them as you go.
Wow.
And
Wow.
hopefully
We solve them.
we solve them. Yeah, we solve some stuff. I mean,
All right.
I'm going to have a few hours of fun here. So
Yeah. Do your thing, man. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about everything, and get to work, Sparky.
I hear that way
All
too
right.
much.
All right. I'll talk to you.
You
Well,
got it.
talk to you later. Thanks.